Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, if you've got your phones on you, could I just ask you to please make sure they're turned off or onto silent for the duration of this service? And also please be mindful that this is being live streamed, and please give Danny the space she needs, and remember the microphones and cameras. Thank you.
Try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. Stuck in rivers, and the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. High up above or down below, when you're too in love to let it go. But if you never try, you'll never know just what you want. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Welcome everyone. We've come together this morning to lay to rest and say a most loving goodbye to Rhiannon Eyles, a beautiful soul known to all as Rennie or Ren. On behalf of Joe, Beetle, John, Jasmine, Brenton and Josh and all her extended family and friends, I'd like to thank you for showing your love for Rennie by being here on this solemn and sad day. Your presence honours Rennie's life and shows compassion and respect for her family, a family who have lost someone very precious. I'd also like to acknowledge and welcome those who can't be here in person and are joining us through the live stream. My name is Katrina Corman and I'm a civil celebrant. It will be a privilege to lead you through this service today as we say goodbye to the dearly loved Rennie. Before we go any further, I'd just like to take this opportunity to inform you there will not be a wake after the service, and the family appreciate your respect and understanding in this matter. There is no doubt that this is an incredibly difficult time for everyone that knew Ren, and there are no words to even begin to describe the pain and anguish her passing has caused those that love her. There are just no words. Mere words could never convey the devastating effect of this sad reality. But there are emotions, so many various, rare and overwhelming emotions. There is bewilderment, shock and confusion, and the unrelenting and unanswerable question of why. Ren's passing has left an aching emptiness of loss, even feelings of guilt and anger as we try to make sense of a world where few of us have at some point not been touched by a death that is before its time and much too soon. It's a time of hurt and endless grief and tears, but also, and most importantly, along with the pain of separation, there is love. And Rennie always was and ever will be dearly loved. It seems that often those with the biggest and most caring hearts are the ones that suffer most in our society today. That's not to say that Rennie lived a sad life, or even that it was all bad, because that would not be true. There's also happiness and fun, joy and dancing, laughter, friendship and sharing, and always, always she was cared about. She was loved, and she gave love in return. Her kind, considerate nature made her perfectly suited to her work as a carer for the elderly, and at the same time she was studying for her nursing degree. She was preparing for her future. She had friends and family who were there with her through all life's experiences, the highs and the lows, the good times, the not so good times. She'd been blessed with gorgeous long hair and a wide smile that lit up her room, and a warmth that endeared her to everyone, and surprisingly a loud voice too. Rhiannon was a lovely young woman who, it seems, had much to look forward to. And yet it was not enough to keep her here with us, and maybe it never would have been. Sadly, all the love in the world could not make up for whatever it was that Rennie needed, that nameless and elusive something that she yearned for, but was always just out of reach. Those who have never felt this way would find it difficult to comprehend the depths of despair of someone who struggles with the difficulties and the mysteries of life, and none of us should judge those that do. Today we must resolve not to judge but to understand, to accept and respect. We must not seek to place blame, for there is none. Neither will we seek to find answers for that relentless question of why this came to be. In this place, in this solemn time, as we stand together, united in our mutual sorrow, we will dedicate all our thoughts to Rennie and her grieving loved ones, and in doing so, hope to find some comfort and solace, and hopefully a little peace to take with us when we leave here today. While we may never fully understand what led to that fateful choice, we know that it wouldn't have been the intention to cause anyone else hurt or anguish. In that one single second, it was the only thing she could think to do. Rennie just wanted to end it all, and the invisible pain that had become unbearable, and so she made a decision, and she chose to let go. In that moment, she was courageous and brave, and as certain as she could ever be. She let go of a world that had become a burden too heavy for her to carry, but it was the only answer she had and the only choice she could make. What we can and must do now is not to let the circumstances of her passing define the life she lived or the unique and beautiful person that she was. A life should not be judged by its final page in its story. Instead, we should see it in its entirety. It's been said, and I quote, "Do not judge a biography by its length, nor by the pages in it. Judge it by the richness of its contents. Sometimes those unfinished are amongst the most poignant. Do not judge a song by its duration, nor by the number of its notes. Judge it by the way it touches and lifts the soul. Sometimes those unfinished are amongst the most beautiful. And when someone has enriched your life and the melody lingers on in your heart, is it unfinished or is it endless?" In losing their beloved Rennie, those that loved her dearly have lost a great deal, but there is also much to be thankful for and so many joys to remember. There are a million little blessings in the moments you shared together. I'm going to ask Jasmine to come forward and share some thoughts of her sister, her little sister and best friend.
Oh, okay, cool. Ren, how lucky was I to have not known life without you? My little sister and best friend. We didn't go one day without talking to each other, and I'm so grateful for the last few years getting to live together, even though I drove you mad a lot of the time. I loved how unapologetic yourself you were. There will definitely be no one else quite like you. Your dark sense of humour and non-stop talking, the world will be quieter without you. I know you were always with me, and that's the only thing that brings me comfort, knowing that you will still be with me and be there for the rest of my life. I love you so much, Rennie. Rest easy.
I'm done. And this from Ren's mum Jo, and I'll read it on her behalf. To our darling Ren, you came into the world in a hurry and left the same way. How can I sum up in a few words your amazing life or the love we have for you? It's just not possible. You were such a hard worker and loved your job. You loved caring for people, but that was you, caring. You were beautiful, tenacious, funny, loud, and you loved to talk, so much so that nobody could get a word in. But most of all, you were my best friend, confidant, and my beautiful daughter. I'm so lucky to be your mum, and I'll cherish all the beautiful memories we made together. Today, let's celebrate a beautiful life, a beautiful woman, and a wonderful friend. There is a space in our family that cannot be replaced, a hole in my heart that cannot be erased. Jasmine and Brenton will forever miss you, as will I. I look forward to seeing you in my dreams, my beautiful baby. I will forever miss your words, love you, Mama. Fly with the angels till we meet again. A million kisses and cuddles from Mum, Jazz and Brenton. We're going to pause now just for a couple of minutes, and I'd like to invite you all to take the opportunity to bring Rennie to mind while we play Dancing in the Sky. I ask you to remember her with love and affection and relive the memories that warm your heart and make you smile.
Does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth
No one knows. No one knows when life is going to change. All we know is that in a moment, without warning or opportunity to prepare ourselves, the world we thought we knew is not the same and never will be again. The death of this beautiful soul has rocked the whole community, and the family is left distraught and broken-hearted. We've been reminded that life is precious, as are our relationships with others. While we cannot change what's happened, we can honour Rennie in her 27 years on this earth by resolving to live our own lives a little more fully and giving more of ourselves and our time. We can try being a bit more thoughtful and considerate of others by lending a hand to someone in need, or being a shoulder to cry on, or just to sit and listen without judgment. Or even, as she would have done, prepare some food and share it with someone, be it a friend, a family or a stranger. Let Ren's memory be an inspiration to us all to be a better version of ourselves. She may not have been with us for a long lifetime, but while she was here, she enriched and warmed the lives of those that knew her. And how we wish she'd known how much she mattered and how special she was, and how much we wish she was still here. Rennie has left much to be grateful for, and she'll be sorely missed. If she were able to, perhaps she would say this to her loved ones. Fill not your hearts with pain and sorrow, but remember me in every tomorrow. Remember the joy, the laughter, the smiles. I've only gone to rest a while. Although my leaving causes pain and grief, my going has eased my hurt and given me relief. So dry your eyes and remember me, not as I am now, but as I used to be, because I'll remember you all and look on with a smile. Understand in your hearts that I've only gone to rest a little while. As long as I have the love of each of you, I can live my life in the hearts of all of you. Rennie. Rhiannon. Go forth from this world and into the next one, knowing you are loved beyond measure and that you will be missed more than words can say. Know that you'll be remembered and cherished, and that our love for you will never end. We will hold you close within us, and there you will remain, to be with us throughout our lives until we meet once more. Go gently on your journey, beloved daughter, sister, granddaughter, friend and carer, and find the peace that you so yearn for. We could write your name in the sand, but the waves would wash it away. We could write your name in the sky, but the wind will blow it away. So we'll write your name on our hearts, and that's where it will always stay. Farewell, Rennie. Rest in peace. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our service for Rhiannon. On behalf of her family, thank you again for your love, respect and support, not only today, but also in the days to come. Your expressions of care and your attendance is very much appreciated. I'll just remind you again, there will be no wake or gathering after this today. I'd like to invite the family to come forward now to say their personal goodbyes to Ren. Please give them a few moments to do so, and then I invite you all to follow. Thank you.
I wish that heaven had visiting hours, so I could just show up and bring the news that she's getting older. And I wish that you met her, things that you learned from me, I got them all from you. I just stay a while and we'll put all the world to rights. The little ones will grow and I'll still drink your favorite wine. Soon they're going to close, but I'll see you another day. So much has changed since you've been away. I wish that heaven had visiting hours, so I could just swing by and ask your advice. What would you do in my situation. I haven't a clue how I'd even raise them. What would you do? 'Cause you always do what's right. We just talk a while until my worries disappear. I'll tell you that I'm scared of turning out a failure. You'd say, remember that the answer's in the love that we create. So much has changed since you've been away. I wish that heaven had visiting hours, and I would ask them if I could take you home. But I know what they'd say, that it's for the best. So I will live life the way you taught me and make it on my own. I will close the door, but I will open up my heart. And everyone I love will know exactly who you are. 'Cause this is not goodbye, it is just till we meet again. So much has changed since you've been away.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone else would like to come forward and pay your final respects, you're more than welcome to.
Took the supermarket flyers from the windowsill. Through the day of tea from the cup. Packed up the photo album that you had made. Memories of a life that's been loved. If the get well soon cars and stuffed animals. Put the old ginger beer down the sink. Dad always told me, don't you cry when you're down, but Mum, there's a tear every time. Oh, I'm in pieces, it's tearing me up, and I know a heart that's broke is a heart that's been loved. So I'll sing hallelujah. You were an angel in the shape of my mom. When I fell down, you'd be there holding me up. Spread your wings as you go. And when God takes you back, say hallelujah, you're home. Fluff the pillows, made the bed, stacked the chairs up. Folded your nightgowns neatly in a case. John said he'd drive and put his hand on my cheek and wiped a tear from the side of my face. Now that I see the world as you did, 'cause I know a life with love is a life that's been lived. So I'll sing hallelujah. You were an angel in the shape of my mom. When I fell down, you'd be there holding me up. Spread your wings as you go. And when God takes you back, say hallelujah, you're home. shape of my mind. You got to see the person I have become. Spread your wings and I know